The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are about to walk into Week 1 with chaos all around them. Injuries piling up, new faces being thrown into the fire, and a rookie offensive coordinator stepping into his very first real NFL battle. And who's waiting for them? The Atlanta Falcons, led by defensive mastermind Raheem Morris, who knows exactly how to break young play callers. This is more than just a game. This feels like a war brewing on opening day. The Bucs open their season with one of the toughest challenges possible, a divisional fight against the Falcons. Every snap matters, because this isn't just about one win. This is about setting the tone for the entire year. And all eyes are on Josh Grizzard, Tampa Bay's brand new offensive coordinator. This is his first ever NFL regular season game calling plays. No preseason safety net. No warm-up. Just the real thing, against a coach who lives and breathes defense. Raheem Morris has been here before. He's built defenses that punish mistakes. And now he gets to face a first-year coordinator right out of the gate. For Tampa, this matchup feels like a test. Can Grizzard design an offense that works with injuries stacking up? Can he get creative enough to give Baker Mayfield the weapons he needs? The Bucs are walking into this game missing major firepower at wide receiver. Mike Evans is still there, still chasing history, trying to keep his legendary 1,000-yard streak alive. But behind him, the picture gets scary. Chris Godwin is out, still healing from last season's ankle injury. Rookie Jalen McMillan is on injured reserve after a brutal neck sprain in the preseason. Suddenly, the Bucs are forced to lean on Emecha Egbuka, the rookie wideout taken 19th overall in the draft. This is no easy task. Egbuka wasn't supposed to carry the weight of the offense in Week 1. But here he is, stepping into the spotlight. This is baptism by fire. The Bucs' depth chart looks thinner than ever, and Grizzard's play calling will decide if this team survives opening day or gets embarrassed in their own division. Bucs fans, Falcons fans, tell me in the comments, who do you trust more in this matchup? The rookie offensive coordinator with a banged-up roster or Raheem Morris with his defense? Rate your confidence from 1 to 10. The Buccaneers might be banged up, but let's make one thing clear. They are not empty-handed. This wide receiver room still has firepower, and Week 1 could be the start of some brand new heroes. Yes, Mike Evans is the clear number one. He's the heartbeat of this offense. But behind him, the story gets interesting. Rookie Emecha Egbuka, the former Ohio State star, is about to make his NFL debut. Fans have been waiting for this moment, and now he's being thrown into the spotlight right away. He wasn't supposed to carry this much responsibility in Week 1. But injuries force the issue. Sometimes that's how legends are born, when you're thrown in before you're ready, and you prove to everyone that you are. But Emecha won't be alone. Veteran Sterling Shepard is here too, a steady pair of hands who knows how to deliver in pressure moments. He's not flashy, but he's dependable, and right now that's exactly what Tampa Bay needs. Add in Ryan Miller, a receiver who could easily carve out a bigger role, and you've got options. And don't forget rookie Tez Johnson, a late-round pick who barely saw action until the final preseason game. But when he did, he showed real flashes. This isn't a room of stars behind Evans, but it is a room of hungry players, each one waiting for a chance. That hunger could turn into game-changing plays when the lights come on. The problem? The injuries don't stop with the wideouts. Tristan Wirfs, the rock of the offensive line, the man who protects Baker Mayfield's blind side, is out. That leaves Charlie Heck at left tackle, and let's be honest, nobody really knows how he'll hold up week after week. This is a massive storyline, not just for this game, but for every game until Wirfs returns. Can Charlie Heck survive against NFL pass rushers, or will defenses feast on Baker Mayfield? That's the pressure on new offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard. First game, first test. And he's already dealing with losing his number 2 and number 3 wide receivers plus his star left tackle. It doesn't get any tougher than T. But here's the thing. The Bucs still have weapons. Baker Mayfield is coming off a phenomenal year. Mike Evans is still elite. Rookie running back Bucky Irving is electric after his 1,000-yard season, and Rachaad White is the perfect complement. Even Sean Tucker could sneak in as a fan-favorite playmaker. At tight end, Cade Otton remains reliable, and Peyton Durham adds depth. The offense isn't empty. It's just tested. And this is where we find out if Tampa Bay can overcome adversity or fall apart in Week 1. And don't forget the defense. This group was tough last year, and they're coming back with even more to prove. Vita V anchors the line. Kalijah Kancey is explosive. Logan Hall finally broke out last season, and now he's fighting for a new contract. meaning he'll be hungrier than ever. On the edge, the big question is why Diaby. This is the year he's expected to step up and become the complete edge rusher Tampa drafted him to be. And what better time to prove it than against the Falcons' offensive line, which is missing right tackle Caleb McGarry. That's a weakness Tampa Bay's defense must attack. This game isn't just about the Bucs surviving injuries. It's about young players proving they belong. It's about the defense making a statement, and it's about sending a message to the entire NFC South that the Buccaneers aren't going anywhere. Bucs fans, do you believe Emecha Egbuka and these backup receivers can rise to the moment? Or will the injuries be too much to overcome? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Here's the real question, Bucs fans, will the pass rush show up from the very first snap? Because if Tampa Bay wants to rattle Michael Penix Jr. in his NFL debut, they cannot afford to wait. They need Diaby and Haason Reddick to come out swinging, no hesitation. This is the moment for Haason Reddick. Last year with the Jets, a disaster. Wrong fit, wrong scheme, and it tanked his reputation, but this season is different. He came to Tampa with one mission, redemption, to prove he's still one of the most dangerous edge rushers in football. To remind everyone that he's a double-digit sack monster, not a forgotten name. And let's be real, he also wants that one last big payday. That hunger, that fire, it's exactly what the Bucs need off the edge. Pair him with Diaby, and suddenly Tampa has a duo that could be lethal. But the key is simple. They must deliver now, not in Week 4. Not by midseason. Right now, against a Falcons offensive line that's already weakened without right tackle Caleb McGarry. That's the opening. That's the matchup the Bucs defense has to dominate. And while we're talking about storylines, how about the heart and soul of this defense? Lavonte David. This could be his final ride in the NFL. If it is, what better way to begin than against a hated division rival? His leadership, his fire, and his ability to read plays before they even happen, that's something no rookie quarterback wants to see across the line of scrimmage. Next to him is Servazier Dennis, the guy coaches have been hyping up for over a year. He missed almost all of last season with a shoulder injury, but when he was healthy, he was already eating into KJ. Britt snaps. Now Britt is gone, and the job is his. Expectations are sky high, and this is his chance to prove he's the future. Behind them, there's depth too. Veterans like Deion Jones and young names like John Bullock could sneak in for snaps. And then there's rookie Chris Braswell. The coaching staff swears by him. They believe he's going to be special. But here's the truth. He hasn't shown enough yet. Late preseason reps, limited production, flashes here and there. That's not enough. This game could be the one where Braswell finally proves he belongs as Tampa's third pass rusher. Even in the trenches, reinforcements are waiting. Rookie Elijah Roberts has already turned heads in camp. He's physical, explosive, and could be the key to keeping guys like Vita V, Kalijah Kancey, and Logan Hall fresh late in games. If Roberts can step up as a reliable rotational piece, this defensive line becomes deeper and scarier than ever. And don't think the secondary is sitting quietly either. Jamal Dean and Zion McCollum are locked in as the top corners, but all eyes are on the nickel spot. Jacob Parrish had a phenomenal preseason, flying around, making plays, proving he's ready. Some even thought he earned the starting job, but Todd Bowles says it'll be either Zion McCollum sliding inside or Tyke Smith getting the nod in Week 1. Maybe it's matchup-based. Maybe it'll change week to week. But one thing is clear, Parrish is knocking on the door, and it's only a matter of time before he pushes his way in. This defense is loaded with storylines, redemption, last rides, breakout candidates, and hungry rookies. Now the question is simple. Can they all put it together when the lights come on in Atlanta? Bucs fans, who do you trust more to set the tone Week 1? Haason Reddick hunting for redemption or Diaby trying to prove he's the future? Let me know in the comments below. The Buccaneers secondary enters 2025 with questions, but also with swagger. Rookie Jacob Parrish might be thrown into the fire right away. If he rotates in at outside corner, this will be his first true test under the big lights. Parrish shined in preseason, but now it counts. And with Benjamin Morrison still battling back from injury and Josh Hayes nursing his own setbacks, the Bucs' cornerback depth is already stretched thin. That leaves Kendall Vilder as the top backup, and maybe, just maybe, Bryce Hall could be elevated from the practice squad at the last minute. The good news? Antoine Winfield Jr. is back, healthy, paid, and ready to prove why he deserves to be called the best safety in football. This defense needs him to set the tone from the very first snap. Alongside him, Tyke Smith transitions from nickel to full-time safety, a bold move. He thrived as a corner last year, but now he must anchor the back end against a Falcons passing game that will test him all day. And if injuries creep in again, that opens the door for young safeties like Kayvon Merriweather and Rashad Wisdom, both hungry to prove they belong on Sundays. Special teams can't be ignored either. The Bucs brought in punter Riley Dixon, and Todd Bowles has been fired up about him. After years of shaky punting, could this finally become a hidden strength instead of a weakness? But as Tampa Bay gears up, the storyline flips to Atlanta. The Falcons haven't had a winning season since 2017, 7 long years of frustration. And now, under head coach Raheem Morris, a familiar face to Bucs fans, they're trying to rewrite their story. Morris once led Tampa Bay himself, and now he's back in the NFC South, trying to prove he can finally build a winner. At the heart of it all is quarterback Michael Penix Jr., the former number 8 overall pick. Atlanta stunned the league when they drafted him right after giving Kirk Cousins a massive $160 million deal. Cousins struggled and was benched after just 14 games, and Penix got his shot. 3 starts, 1 win, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Now the Falcons are all in on him. But is he really the guy? Can he shoulder the pressure of saving a franchise that hasn't tasted glory in nearly a decade? Or will the Bucs' defense, led by Winfield, Smith, and a hungry front seven, make his first full season start a nightmare? The answers begin in Week 1. The truth is, Michael Penix Jr. won't be asked to win this game alone. Atlanta's real engine is their backfield, Bijan Robinson and Tyler Allgeier. Together, they are the Storm. Last season, Robinson racked up over 1,400 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns, while Allgeier added another 600 yards of his own. That's more than 2,000 yards of bruising, punishing football between the two of them. And if the Bucs can't slam the door on that duo early, Penix is going to get comfortable. Play action will open up. The Falcons will start chewing clock, wearing down defenders, and slowly strangling the game. But stopping the run is only half the battle. Drake London is the alpha at wide receiver, 100 catches, 1,000 yards, and 9 touchdowns last year. Behind him, Darnell Mooney nearly hit the 1,000-yard mark himself, while Ray McCloud added almost 700 more as a reliable WR3. This offense spreads the ball around, and when they're rolling, it feels like anyone can hurt you. And Bucs fans don't need reminding about Catterall Hodge. He's the guy who ripped Tampa Bay's heart out last season with that overtime dagger touchdown. He's back too. Then there's Kyle Pitts. Year after year, everyone asks, when is it going to be Pitts' season? He hasn't quite lived up to the hype yet, but he's still dangerous, a mismatch waiting to happen. The weakness, though? The offensive line, and it's a big one. Right tackle Caleb McGarry is gone for the year. Backup Storm Norton is out, and that means third-stringer Brandon Parker gets the start. Think about that. Parker protecting a rookie quarterback against Hassan Reddick and Yaya Diaby. That's a nightmare matchup. Atlanta might have to keep Pitts or even a running back in to help chip, but if Tampa's edge rushers win those battles early, Penix could be in for a very long day. On the flip side, Atlanta's defense has been reloaded. They went all in, trading up for edge rusher James Pierce Jr. in the draft, while also adding Jalen Walker and veteran Leonard Floyd. Add that to Arnold Ebiketie, who led the team in sacks last year, and suddenly the Falcons believe they have a front forward that can finally scare people. The Falcons have been stacking talent on defense like never before. Matthew Judon may be gone, but they didn't sit back. They went out and brought in Leonard Floyd, plus not 1, but 2 first-round pass rushers in James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker. Add in David Onyemata and Rook Orhoro clogging up the middle, and you can see what their plan is. Build a front seven that hunts quarterbacks. But here's the thing, as tough as those edge rushers look, that interior defensive line still feels shaky. That's where Tampa might punch back, pounding the ball up the gut and testing whether Atlanta can really hold strong for 4 quarters. At linebacker, Caden Ellis is steady, while Divine Deablo, the new addition from the Raiders, has been earning praise all offseason. And in the secondary, A.J. Terrell is still the leader at corner, Mike Hughes is back, and D. Alford takes over at nickel. But the biggest question is at safety. Justin Simmons is gone, Jesse Bates remains the anchor, and Jordan Fuller is the new starter. Can Fuller handle the spotlight when Baker Mayfield starts testing deep shots to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin? That's going to be one of the biggest stories of this matchup. And don't forget, this isn't just another game. This is a rivalry soaked in history. The Falcons have taken 4 of the last 5 meetings, including a sweep last season. But go back a little further, and it was Tampa who owned this series. Right now, Atlanta has 32 wins, Tampa has 31. That means this game could tie the all-time series or extend Atlanta's lead. Every time these two teams clash, it feels like something bigger than just football. The Falcons are banking everything on Raheem Morris and rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. The Bucs, meanwhile, are trying to prove they're still kings of the NFC South, still the team to beat since their Super Bowl run in 2020. This isn't just week 1. This is a statement game. So here's the question. Do you believe in Atlanta's new era? Or will Tampa Bay remind the world that experience, toughness, and defense still win in this league? Drop your score predictions in the comments. Do the Falcons finally take control of this rivalry? Or do the Bucs prove once again that they're still the standard in the NFC South?